Today I'm going to be showing you how I create the perfect lash. Before we apply the lashes, I will be taking a little bit of a brown eyeliner and smudging it along her lash line just to give a little bit of a smoky effect to make the lash look super seamless on the lash line. And afterwards we'll be trimming the lashes, we'll be applying the glue, mascara, and I'll be showing you guys how to get a seamless lash band without the lashes popping off on the inner or outer corner throughout the day. So I'm taking this brown eyeliner and I'm going to lightly run it across her lash band just to make sure we give a little bit of smokiness for the lash band to actually blend into it. You're going to be pretty much making it look the same way you would if you were to use a liquid, except the benefits of using a pencil is it's very easy to blend out and create a quick smoky effect. As I get to the inner corner of her eye, I'm going to have her look down and look to the right just to stretch it out. That way I can get in that inner corner. And I'll be taking a bronzy eyeshadow with the flat brush. Tap off any excess and we're just gonna go upwards and really blend it out. If you lose too much color after the blending, you can go back in with your pencil and reline, but instead I'm gonna dip into this dark brown shadow and just stamp it on the lash line to deepen it up. And by holding the brush upside down and going close to the lash line, you can ensure that it gets as close as possible. And the stamping motion will help pack on that product. So I've chosen these natural wispy lashes for her because we're not doing any black liner. I wanted to make sure whatever we use, it just looks super soft and natural. The first thing you want to do is measure the lashes, because if you put a lash band that's too long for your eyelid, the chances of your lashes lifting on the inner or outer corner is going to increase, and also it's going to start irritating your eye and start poking you on the inner corner. When you have lashes that go from short to long and they're gradient, you always want to start with the short part on the inner corner. The longer part will irritate the inner corner if you don't. The easiest way to take lashes off is, instead of using tweezers and pulling it and possibly causing the lashes to separate at the band, you just want to hold at the base and pull outwards. So this lash is for her right eye. I'm going to take the lash and, starting on the outer corner, I'm going to place it on her outer corner just to see how much we need to trim. Now when you look at it like this, it looks like it's gonna fit her eyelid, but when she opens her eyes and closes it, that inner part is gonna pinch her. So no matter how long your eye is, I always feel like you do need to trim just a little bit. So since this is a gradient lash, I am gonna cut from the outer corner and I'm gonna trim about 3 little chunks off, so that looks good. Before you apply any false lash, you want to make sure you apply mascara. This will add some volume and dimension to her natural lashes. Also, it'll help keep the curl. That way when you put the false lashes on, it just blends in seamlessly. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to curl the lashes. Go ahead and look straight. And when you're doing this on a client, the best way to make sure you don't pinch their actual eyelid, which does happen sometimes, is you want to go right on the side where their profile is and look to see how far back you're going. And I like to pinch down a few times and push backwards. This will ensure we get the most curl possible. Next, I'll be taking mascara. When applying mascara on somebody else, I always like to push up their eyelid. That way I can get into the root of their lashes. If I just go ahead and apply the mascara, it's mainly just going to get the tip of her lashes, which is fine for someone that has a lot of volume, but I like to actually get in the root and wiggle as I go upwards. By having my finger here, it will prevent the mascara from hitting and stamping her eyelid. I'm taking a little bit of the lash glue and I'm applying it on this piece of plastic. I'm letting the lash glue get a little bit tacky. I'm gonna let it sit for about 1 minute. If you apply the lash glue when it's still runny and watery, it's not gonna adhere onto her lash band. It's just gonna come right off. You want it to be a little bit tacky, that way it has something to hold on to. I picked up a little bit of glue after it got tacky and I'm gonna lightly apply it on the band of the lash, just a little bit. You don't need too much, and you don't wanna put too much, especially when you don't have eyeliner on. What I'm gonna do next is I'm gonna grab the lash and do a rainbow shape back and forth to really shape the lash into the same shape of her eye. That way when we apply it, it pretty much just hugs her lash line instead of it being stiff and straight and popping off on the inner or outer corner. So I'm gonna have her look down and not close her eyes. If she does close her eyes and we apply this, it can get stuck to the bottom lashes. We're gonna apply, pop it in the outer corner, pop it in the center, and take it towards the front. You want your client to blink a few times, that way their eye doesn't water. So you wanna push from outer, middle, and the most important part is the inner corner. You wanna hold it for a few seconds, let go, have them blink, that way they don't tear up, and hold again. This will ensure that the lash doesn't come off throughout the day. Next, I'm going to be using this felt tip liner to conceal her lash band and to make sure none of the glue shows. And the way I'm going to make sure it's as thin as possible is by starting at her lash band and wiggling back and forth. We don't want too thick of a line. We want this to look super clean and super flawless. Starting at the band and going back and forth. You do also want to make sure you go over the lash itself. This also darkens up the lash line just enough to give a really sexy, sultry look. And I'm going to have her look down and to the left, that way I can get that inner corner. Now I'll be taking the mascara and just doing 2 thin coats on top to make sure the false lash and the natural lash just blend in together. Ta-da! Alright guys, so that concludes the perfect lash application, how to get really nice natural lashes with a seamless lash band and liner application. Hope you guys can utilize some of these tips and tricks and create your own perfect lash. Thank you so much for watching.